Hello, everyone, and welcome to this very special, magical Bali transmission live stream. I'm Nikole Bali. I'm really grateful that you're here with me tonight. I'm very excited to bring in the energies of Bali and other magical energies for us to share and experience together. It's a very special evening here. It's 11:22, numerologically a fun evening to be gathering, and it's also the week of Thanksgiving here in the United States, and so it's a week where we tune into what we're grateful for, and we have this experience of sharing gratitude with one another. So it's always one of my favorite weeks of the year, because I think really we should focus on what we're grateful for all the time, but it's kind of sanctioned by this holiday. And so this week, more people are tuning into their hearts and telling each other they're grateful for one another. Just as I'm grateful for you being here, it's really wonderful that you've taken the time to be here with me tonight. And as we tune into Bali and into the energies that we've come here to share with one another, I want to explain that this transmission is exactly that. It's an energetic transmission. So before this call, I was connecting and tuning into Bali and also all of the beings and magical, wonderful support that I work with while I take people to Bali, and asking them to be present with us here tonight. And so as I'm speaking and as we're gathered here tonight, you will be experiencing the gifts that they have to give to you in particular. They're very unique and will be unique to you as well. So please know that during this entire conversation, even if we're talking about the logistics of coming to Bali with me, there's still an energetic transmission that is happening while we're here together. So it's very, very special that way. I've got all of the support and the love of Bali with me, with us right now. And you can take a minute to just even tune into your breath and feel that in the space around you. Of course, it's always wonderful to travel to these amazing locations and feel the land underneath your feet, but you can energetically tune into any place at any time. And tonight, we are going to do that with the island of Bali. So let's just take a minute to tune into your breath and feel the energetic support and space of Bali around you, wherever you are right now. And I'm just going to do that too as we tune into the gifts of Bali that want to be present with us tonight, that want to dance, that want to come through as colors and sensations and scents and energetic gifts. Bali is one of my favorite places on this planet, and I bring people there because there's magic to behold there. There's magic to be felt there. There's a cultural understanding that anything is possible, and that a lot of the cultures that many of us grew up in, we've had these things kind of pressed down in us. We've been told it's only imagination, or we've been told that these things aren't real, these things aren't possible. And as a culture, the idea of magic and miracles and possibilities is very alive and well in Bali. The children grow up knowing that the magical things they experience are not just a figment of their imagination. It's an actual dance with the elements of nature and the beings that are here to support us, and every aspect of magic and of miracles are actually reality. And so when you have a culture that believes that and knows that is true, it creates an energetic field that we can step into and also experience that for ourselves. I know for me, I grew up as a very, wide-eyed, magical kid running around outside, loving up every creature I found, and just, really knowing that this world was heaven on earth and that it was my playground. And as I grew older, some of that was taken away. It was quieted in me because I was known as the kid with the wild imagination, and I was the one that was, talking about things that weren't appropriate, or that it was just, not right to be that creative and to be that expressive as a human on this planet. And so I quieted that part of me for a long time until I started to understand that that was who I was naturally, and it needed to emerge again. In order for me to be happy in my life, in order for me to really know who I was, it was to re-embrace those parts of myself that knew that anything was possible, that could go to a place like Bali and experience amazing things, witness amazing things in front of my eyes, and know that that was totally normal. Know that that was a part of what I knew was possible all along. And so as I grew up, I sought experiences that would expand those boundaries for myself. And that's one of the things that's wonderful about traveling to locations where magic is alive, or where the energies are different than what we're used to in our hometown, because it helps to reawaken parts of us that we allowed to go quiet, the parts of us that we allowed to be told were wrong, those parts of us that are just dying to come out, again, dying to play, to be alive, to enjoy, to share with one another, and to actually have a community, a sacred family of us that experience those things together. Those parts of us that are just waiting for the moment, for the opportunity to be reawakened. And that's what I get to do when I bring people to places like Bali or other wonderfully supportive places on this planet, because we have these parts inside of us that are just waiting. We've asked them to go to sleep, or we've asked them to be quiet because we were told they were wrong, or we were told that it was our imagination. And is it now time for those parts of you to reemerge? For those parts of you to really be reconfirmed in what you knew as a child, that you knew as a magical child, enjoying these many realms of the worlds that you played in as a child, that you could actually have that as an adult and know that every step on this planet is magical, and that everything around you can be gifting and can be beautiful and wonderful. And that really is what I pray to be able to share with you and to express to you, that it is possible, and that Bali and tuning into these energies together is one way that we can reawaken those parts of ourselves, that we can say it's okay to come out and to feel this and to see this and to know this about ourselves. And so as I'm speaking, tune into those parts of yourself that are going, oh, she's speaking to me on that part. Oh, there's this part of my heart that I shut off because I thought it was wrong, or because I was made fun of as a child because of these parts of who I was. Where is it in you that is feeling the reawakening? Just as we talk about Bali and we talk about magic and we talk about being who we are, can you feel in your body parts of you that are responding to this energy? Just use your breath. The breath is an amazing tool that we can use to guide energy. And so as we're in this field of Bali and the wonderfully supportive beings that live on Bali, breathe into yourself where the magic within you wants to be awakened. Breathe into your heart where there may be some sadness, where you've, ignored parts of who you are. Allow the expressive, energetic beauty of Bali and the Balinese energy to start to open that, to start to tickle those parts in you that are just wanting to be awake, that are just wanting to be reawakened in a way that's very gentle, and yet also in a way that is real. Sometimes we travel to exotic places and we think that, okay, well, that was a nice vacation, and then we come back and nothing in our lives has actually changed. But when you travel to a place, either energetically, like we are tonight, or physically get in an airplane and travel somewhere, if you allow the transmission and the transformation of a place to actually go down into your cellular level, then you will never be the same again. Those magical parts of you, you can't close them off again. The parts of you that have witnessed miracles, you can't undo that. You actually will receive real transformation. And as you receive that real transformation, when you come back into your life, into your other life, into your other, other location, so to speak, then those parts of you have been acknowledged and have been reawakened and have been strengthened by the work that you did, by the allowing that you did, both on this transmission and also as you travel. So as we feel Bali with us and these beautiful beings on Bali, one of the things that we do when I travel to Bali is we work with 4 incredible healers that are traditional Balinese healers. And they're actually all different from each other, and they have different traditions and different lineages and different gifts. And yet they each have their own way to work with spirit, to work with the land, and to work in conjunction with the natural elements that are around you. And that's what I love, is that we can learn that, water, for example, one of the healers that I work with in Bali is the keeper of the sacred waters. And he knows that water, just by itself, by interacting with water in a conscious way, you can have deep, deep, deep healing, deep, deep, deep healing of physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, whatever is ailing somebody. All of those things have been transmuted and transformed just in working with water in a sacred way. And the other thing that we work with in Bali is flowers. And I thought that this might be a fun thing as we're talking about the feeling of Thanksgiving and the feeling of gratitude. One of the ways that we start our ceremonies in Bali is to offer flowers as a thanksgiving, to offer the energy of a flower in thanks for all that we have and all that we're about to receive, and that we open to receive, that the offering of thanks actually deepens your receiving. And so this is something that you can take, into your life on a daily basis. And it's something that I see in Bali on a daily basis. They're always giving thanks and making offerings so that they can open to receive deeper, so that that exchange of energy between spirit and themselves is constant. The thanksgiving for what is received, and then the deeper level of receiving. And so I wanted to just work through this exercise with you, this meditation around offering of the flowers. And so take a minute and just sense a flower that wants to appear in your hand. There's no type of flower. Any flower is perfect. In fact, ask what type of flower wants to participate in this meditation with us right now. And just open your hands in a way like this, a receiving of the flower, and just ask that that flower appears in your hand in order to be brought into our ceremony of Thanksgiving. Get a sense of that flower. Feel the weight of it in your hand. Feel the colors and the scent. Feel the aliveness to it. Each flower is a mandala of information and sacred geometry. Feel all the messages and all the energy that's in that flower in your hand right now. So first, we receive the gifts of the flower that we are about to offer. And then we offer it to Spirit, and we offer it in that spirit of Thanksgiving. So take that flower, the energetic flower that's in your hands, and put it in between your middle fingers, between your fingers like this, in a prayer posture. And just take the flower and offer it above your forehead, and offer it as a prayer of thanksgiving, a prayer of love, a prayer of receiving for everything, every blessing that you have in your life. And just feel it being received by the entire universe. Your prayer of gratitude being received. And that you're now open to receive more, to be in a beautiful dance with Spirit. and to let the offering of thanksgiving and the receiving of gratitude be in a continuous flow in your life with great ease. When you're ready, you can open your hands and just feel the energy of that gratitude continue to fill the universe. Continue to fill the space where you are. And as that energy of thanksgiving and gratitude is filling the space, also feel the return energy that comes back to you. As we offer our gratitude, there's a return, there's a communication that happens. Now, sometimes it's very subtle. You might notice something subtle in your heart or a sensation on your hands, a change in the air around you. But you've now opened a greater communication with all of nature and all of the universe and all of the beings, in that you are grateful and you're ready to receive even more. And just sit with this for a minute and feel, as that gratitude is returned to you, the deepening of the gifts that the island of Bali and the beings that are with us here tonight want to give to you. Again, working with the breath to allow that to deepen.